Hey everybody, that was an abrupt cut because I don't have the transitions. As you can tell, Colton has been locked into the eternal uh, Tasha's hideous reaction face. Colton's not here, so we obviously had to fill in the space with something. So
Yeah,
we found
and hopefully
the
he does
best
not
picture we
know.
could of him. We spent a lot of time to make sure that he was well represented while in his absence.
Amazing.
Oh man! Welcome to the game, everybody. Though we are missing Colton. He is not here. He is not with us. I'm
Like,
using every adjective to make it sound like he's just died.
yeah, he's still with us.
Yeah, he's still
just
with
not
us,
here.
just not with us in person.
Yeah.
With
But
us
definitely in spirit.
in spirit.
Spirit as in
He
his
has
bed.
passed on into his couch.
Oh no.
Is it going to age poorly if he actually does die? Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, we're setting ourselves up for some
These were
horrible
some-
times
these
in the
were some-
Knock
future.
on wood, he's fine.
He just has like a migraine.
Mhm.
All right, so yeah, I'm running the stream right now so you guys won't be able to see Roll20 unless like maybe if we go into a combat, I'll pull it up. But for now, you guys just get the map. So, anyways, last we had left off here on Tomb of Annihilation. Spencer, you haven't done a recap in a while.
That's true.
This is my precious get ready for
Craig, take it
whatever you guys
away.
are about to do.
Here, I'll do this to Tyler. For you.
Doink.
And then I'll push it back to Jacob so he gets to do the.
Colton.
You've never done one.
Colton.
Colton,
Well, I
go.
don't have an Uno
Well, I've
reverse
done one.
card.
I've done one. I did the
No,
last one, I think.
Jacob hasn't done one.
Oh, true.
Oh, that's
He
true.
hasn't-
All right. Jacob hasn't done one. All right. Jacob, can you take it away? Fine. All right. So last we left off, you guys traveled a lot
One of these.
through the ocean. Uno reverse. Last we left off, you guys traveled across the ocean to get back the crew and friends and family that had been taken by pirates from the pirates at Jahaka Anchorage. And you guys made your way over there into Jahaka Bay, fought off one of the pirates, obliterated his ship, and left nothing behind, and made your way into the anchorage. And as you guys had made your way in, you see you made your way inside of the kind of like port that they had created inside of it, like a cave. And there were no pirates there. There were only frozen statues, corpses everywhere. And towards the back area of the anchorage, you guys also found a kind of cage-like area where you had found the body of Darren, and that is where we had last left off. So, Sheena, you are currently in that room still. You have tied up his body, wrapped it up in some canvas, and what are you doing?
I think we were planning to head back to the ship. So right now I'm just carrying the body back to the ship.
Okay.
Without
Easy enough. You gather the body and you head back over towards the ship, and it's just parked right in there. And you bring it over, and some of the crew members kind of look solemnly over as you bring the body aboard. Tiff, Ari, and Ira also join you, I assume.
Yes, but I am currently invisible.
Got it. So
I casted it right before the episode ended, so
that's right.
hold on to that.
All right. That is my spell slot. I will remember it.
I'd like to keep it.
Yeah. All right. So you guys are on the ship.
I'll bring him into the body into the officer's quarters and kind of put him down and kind of lock the door, make sure no one can get in.
Okay.
And just kind of.
You do so. And as you do, you come back out.
Yeah, I come back out. I'm like standing outside the door, like it's like on the main deck because I imagine like the captain's cabin and the officers kind of in the same, kind of a similar area. So
Pick a random crewmate. Tyler's like,
the gunner's mate, Peter Tate, a human.
He looks over and he kind of crosses his arms and he looks off and he just says, "What happened to him?"
I'm going to be blunt about this. He was tortured and murdered by those bastards.
A lot of them
Not
kind
have
of
an easy
murmur to one
passing.
another, and Peter just kind of like kicks the side of like the ship.
We have a mission to deal with our companions, what we were hired for. But I don't know about you guys, but I certainly want to see some justice against these God's damned, forsaken, any curse word I could come up with. I can't even think right now.
A lot of them kind of look to one another. They just begin to nod, and a couple of them are just like, "We should do the same to them. They deserve it."
I'm certainly not against it, but you'll see when that time comes.
There's another crew member that looks over and kind of points off the bow of the ship and points to this ship over here, and says, "Is that one of theirs?"
I believe so.
And they look over, and a couple of crewmates look over towards some of the weapons, and then Peter kind of looks over and he puts his hand on the flamethrower, and he puts his hand. He says, "We should burn it."
We should see what's on it first.
That's
It may
what
have
that's
some
what
kind
I was
of-
going to say. Take anything that we can carry with us.
Right.
Resupply here. We might even be able to find some food for us, and we can actually have a proper meal.
Did steal a lot of your stuff.
A couple of crew members look around, and they're just like, "Who's there?"
Oh, sorry, I'm invisible. I'm right here, and I'll tap one of them on the shoulder. Right here next to John.
Oh,
I think your name is John.
Yep.
Wait, there isn't a John on the
Oh.
list.
John Jacob Hammerschmidt.
He's like,
No, John Davies. There is one. There is
Oh.
one.
I'm John Davies, and I know when
I'm-
you're invisible, Ari.
John Davies, the midshipman half elf.
Don't worry, I heard you come aboard. Some of the other crew members get ready to kind of go over towards one of the small ships and just absolutely raid the entirety of the other pirate ship.
Take anything that is valuable. Take anything that we can store aboard. Food, supplies, equipment.
As they all get onto the ship and they begin to swarm it and kind of looking for everything, they tear through the rest of the ship, kind of looking through the captain's quarters and everything. A couple of crew members come up, and eventually a lot of them are just like, "There's not much here." A couple of them come out from underneath. A couple of barrels, soggy bread. And a couple of other come up the stairs and look over and they say, "Captain, there's nothing here.
They left with all the valuables they could take with them.
Even the food."
Left. Okay. Well, can I see what the name on that other ship is?
On the ship. You look over and you don't see a name.
Is there no name aboard that ship?
Another crew member kind of turns and comes over to the other side. They look down and they say, "Oh, there's one here." And
Just on the
says-
other side. I just can't see it from my position.
Yeah, exactly. He says, the red, and another crew member kind of looks over and looks. He says, "You can't read upside down, can't you?" He says, "That's really hard." He says, "The Red Runner."
That's not even one of their main ships then,
No, maybe another one they've stolen.
potentially.
Oh.
We sunk the Emerald Eye, but they have the Dragon Fang and the Sturge.
Hmm.
Those are the 3
Well-
ships we know of.
The crew members kind of slowly kind of come back over onto the Brass Phoenix.
Have we explored most of this like little cove, or is there more to explore in it?
I will be honest, we did rush through it last week because Colton had to go. So if you guys do
Yes.
want to spend more time here, you can.
Yeah, please.
It's not
I
like
think I'd like to
I
do
did
that.
kind of just go like, we gotta get to the fucking
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we'll pretty much at this point kind of go through the entire thing, just searching everything, just
Okay.
the entire cove, just with
Alright.
the crew probably to
sure,
Just-
that's fine. You guys can do that. You kind of just go through and
Carpet-
pick
carpet it.
apart everything.
Mhm.
The crew heads into like this main building here, and they look around. Does anybody want to go anywhere specific?
Let me look.
All right.
From what I could tell, we went through most of the place just walking through. The
Mhm.
question is whether or not we can find anything interesting in a specific
Can
spot.
can Ari actually come like around this way and explore over here? Is there a way to get down off these like little
Sorry,
ledges?
can you ping where you are?
I am currently way over here.
Oh, I see you. Yep.
But I wanna make my way to the complete opposite and look around this area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down
You
this
can
way.
you can
I'm
walk
looking
over
for
there.
that fucker Artus Cimber. I wanna know how he got here.
You go over, and this is just right at the cave entrance over here. Here, do you want to move down? Boop. There's like some puddles and a little bit of sandy beach here, and it's a little bit of like a downwards kind of cliffside, and it's just like a little beach. And you see the dotted line, right? That's just right where the cave entrance is. So you're like right at the edge of the mouth of the cave.
Okay. Am I still able to come down like this area, or is this like blocked off?
Well, to get over here, you would have had to go like here, and then through this gate,
Okay.
and then out through here.
Oh, okay. I'd like to just explore around this area to look for like any tracks. Like,
Sure.
did a lot of them leave on like horses and carts, or did they all get on their ships and sail away? Like, did they split up?
Make a survival check. I know you're great at this.
Really not. Oh, okay. I am when I roll a 19. I don't think I have a bonus. I don't even have my character sheet open.
Nice.
Very prepared.
And yeah, you have no idea. Ooh, I do have a +1, so dirty 20.
Great. You search and you search, and before I'm about to tell you what's about to happen, I gotta go
You gonna
to
go
the
get your
front
food
door.
off
So
the
yeah.
doorstep? Yeah.
So China and Tiff, you guys are currently searching around through barrels. That's the scene.
Okay. Just in silence.
Very interesting. I'll role play Ira because he's not here.
There you go.
It's just like barrels. Anyone want to talk about barrels? I don't know how to role play Ira.
I don't want to talk about barrels.
We could talk about that if you want, Sheena.
I don't want to talk about anything right now. I just want to.
Eventually, you have to. Trust me, I know the feeling, and I know the need to run off in a angered stupor. But it's important to be level-headed, not only for yourself, but for them,
I know.
And more
I don't
importantly
need the
for-
lecture, Tiff.
for your sister. It's
I
not a
know
lecture.
already.
It's more of a reassurance that no matter where you go, we're going to go with you. But unfortunately, you're the one that has to point that direction.
Ira / Ari. Tina looks over to you and like, you know what I want to do, but you're the one who has the time-sensitive mission on top of what I'm doing. I want to hunt these fuckers down.
Oh, sure. I mean, you might have to talk to Ari about it because she's kind of like when she sets her mind to something. It's pretty hard to change it. But she went out that way.
Are you Ira right now?
Yeah, I decided to roleplay Ira because
I mean, you
Ari's
probably
looking
do
at
pretty
rocks and
good.
shit. No,
No.
no.
Not as not as Colton would do it, but similar enough. You know Ira enough.
Yeah.
Well, whenever she's done looking at the ground, I'll ask.
Is that what she's doing? I should probably go help her. Ira goes off to follow Ari.
She's
Because
invisible.
why would he leave her alone?
I don't know. Because she's invisible and she probably just walked off.
He could smell you. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I hate that. I really do.
Ira's gonna make a perception check if you want to make a stealth check.
Yeah, I'd like to scare the absolute crap out of him.
Of him?
if I can.
Okay.
Yeah. Come on. He's
Give him a
real
heart attack, he
perceptive,
dies.
though, and I only have a +1. Oh,
Hello, Ira.
Well,
hello,
if you're stealthing, then you
Mario.
have advantage, right?
Hello,
I do.
Mario.
You're smart. Oh, not better.
Oh no.
This fucking boy has a plus. He's a bard,
One.
obviously, but
Roll
he's got
one.
+12 and like 4 abilities.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got expertise.
My
right?
God. All right. Well, he got a 24.
Well, I got a 6, so
So he walks over and he's like, I wonder where Ari went.
oh well, this isn't fun anymore.
Oh, I thought I could like put up like a ruse.
You can't lie to me. I'm your wife. So there's some tracks
pretty
over
easy to
here that I
find.
was just about to maybe get an explanation for, but then
Oh yeah, that's right. The heavens part, and a chubby white guy looks down and says sorry, and then disappears.
hi God.
Hello.
God is a chubby white guy, aka Jacob.
I like your new glasses.
I'll smite you.
Oh,
All right, so you begin to look around, and you're looking for
tracks.
yeah,
For, like,
you
horses,
find
carts,
a
people.
multitude of footprints that make their way kind of like they go south.
Okay. Are there any icy people out here?
Out here? No.
Is there any ice at all out here? Like maybe our Cimber went this way? He was like shooting like his
Well,
I
he's,
don't know, his ice magic.
he doesn't like walk ice.
I know,
But,
he's not Frozone, but
the quest to kill Frozone.
yeah.
No, you don't see any kind of icy kind of sculptures or anything over here.
Okay.
You do see a good multitude. What did you get on your survival check?
Dirty 20.
I mean, the footprints have to be a group of about 12 to 15 people,
And they're all headed south.
and they're all headed south. Well, is this south? Yes, it's south.
I don't know. It's probably
It's not Ghosts of Saltmarsh.
Beast.
East. Do they seem like this happened recently? Is there any way for me to determine that based on
You figure it has to have been recently because of how well the tracks are intact.
Okay.
But you're not certain how recently. Not 10 minutes ago, but not a week ago.
Okay.
I'm alright.
Ari will go back in
Okay.
the little cove.
Ira just looks over and says, did you find anything?
Yeah, there's a bunch of tracks.
Hmm.
I went that way.
Do you think Artus took all of them?
Oh, well, I think they went on.
Or do
I
you
don't
think
know.
this is
Why
the
would
Frost
he take them?
Giants? Because we did tell the Frost Giants to come here.
We did, but they were still that way. Like, they didn't start sailing. We didn't see them pass. I guess they
They
could
could have
have.
walked. That would have taken too long, I think.
Yeah, I don't think this was them. I think it was our Cimber. The tracks would be a lot bigger. And ooh, there's a spider right there. Hello.
Lolth says hi.
No. Why are you in my room?
He's protecting you from mosquitoes.
That's what I felt.
Is this a daddy long leg? Hi,
Oh,
baby.
well, leave him. He doesn't do anything but eat
He
mosquitoes.
looks kind of hurt. Are you okay?
Aw.
What's wrong?
I came in here to die.
No.
He's Luke Skywalker.
You want on my
I
book?
came to this
Come on.
island to die.
Look at him.
Look at him.
Baby.
I don't know if you can see him.
No, it's too
Right
bright.
there.
Oh,
Oh, I
he's
see
a
him.
small boy.
Yeah. All right, go back on the Avernus poster. Go.
I am ruler of the 9 hells.
Go.
His name's Asmodeus now.
Oh, he does not want to get off my book. This was a terrible idea. All right, back to D&D.
Ari, are you done playing with the spider?
Yeah. Oh, he fell.
I'm imagining
He's in-
that's
he's in the
100% in
floor.
character.
This is all in character. Ira's like, Ari, it's just a spider.
Yeah, but we should go back inside.
Okay. They follow up. So Chin and Tiff, you guys were looking around places. So in this big boat area over here, towards the bottom,
I'm here.
which I did not open up the book for, so good job, Jacob. Yes. There we go. So, yeah, that is the big watchtower, and the crew kind of goes throughout it, and they begin to look around. Did you go with them, Sheena, to look through kind of
Sure.
the tavern area where all the frozen people are? All right, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Investigation.
Could I grant her advantage?
Yes, you can.
I will do so.
That is a 14.
Okay, so you and your crew begin to look around that kind of little tavern area, all the tables and chairs and the bar area, but all the people are kind of frozen in place. And then there's this one guy who's standing, and he's got his hand up and he looks very confused. He's this larger kind of individual. And as you're going around, there's a crew member. Let's just say it's Peter. He's my favorite now. He goes over and he looks and he says, "Hey, Captain,
Hi.
there's something on his finger." And he looks over. And on his finger is this wooden ring. It's the only
Phew.
part of him that isn't frozen.
So, can I just slip it off if it's not frozen?
You just pull it off.
Just.
As you look at it, you notice that there are carvings on the outside of the ring. Carvings look like minimalistic kind of animal, like almost like totem figures surrounding the outside of it. One of them's like a hare, another one's like a fish, and they kind of just swirl around the outside of the ring.
Mm-hmm. I'll like step outside the thing and just try and look around, see if I can see Ari.
Yeah, you see Arya walking around.
Hey, Ari. Think this could be magic? Found the ring on the guy.
Yeah, bring it here. I'll look at it. I found a bunch of tracks. Tiff, you might want to look at them. I'm not real good with tracks, but
I could definitely do that.
can I look at this ring? Roll Arcana, maybe?
You can roll Arcana.
Okay.
You just know more magic than I do. So
Yep, I'm pretty good at it. I'm gonna use Favored by the Gods. 19.
19.
Mm-hmm.
You look over and you see this item, and as you kind of look at it, you see the kind of inscriptions on the outside, and you look, and initially it doesn't seem like anything you know. Hang on, I'm trying to do something for the stream here. Oh, that didn't work.
Oh, I don't think I can use Favored by the Gods on that.
Oh, really? Can you not use it on ability checks?
Yeah, I don't think I can.
Ah.
So that would only be a 15.
15. All right.
It's only for saving throws or attack rolls.
So, sorry, 16?
15.
15. As you look over and you look at it, it seems, you know it's magical. You feel this kind of presence of the weave kind of surrounding this item. You feel a connection to it. Almost like when you cast your spells, it's kind of like that electrical energy that comes with it. But you kind of feel that on this ring. You don't know what it is, but this ring has magic imbued into it.
Could you attune to it?
Nope. You just have to wear it. You put it on. You turn invisible. I'm just kidding. You put it on, and you just feel the kind of magic kind of surge into your arm and up into your body, and then into like your soul. That kind of like third kind of otherworldly kind of portion of your energy, and you just feel it kind of connect. And for the sake of game mechanic, this thing has charges, and you can expend them if you would like.
And I'm in like the cove currently, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ari's gonna go back out to where the tracks were,
Okay.
because if this thing's gonna do crazy magic, she doesn't want anyone to get hurt, and she's gonna try to expend one of the slots.
One of the charges. All right.
Yeah. Charges. Sorry.
You look down. It's almost like you don't. It can't target this. You don't feel a connection there, but you do feel like this tethering whenever you see like a person. No, sorry, not a person at all. A bird flies by, and it's like you feel it kind of connect with the bird, and then it's gone.
Okay. I don't want to hurt a bird, so I will wait to do something with this until I can find something that I won't hurt.
That's fine. Are you guys searching any other portions of this place?
Other than I wanted to search this area before I went outside to look at tracks. I just wanted to see what was in these rooms.
In those rooms, yeah. Over there, you find like 3 small like cave-like areas. Is it blocked out by the dynamic lighting?
For me, not really. I should have to go to everyone.
Good. Just making sure. Yeah, the as you kind of look over, they don't even really look like cells or rooms or anything like that. They look like quarters. They look like private chambers they look comfortable, and they seem pretty safe as well. And they're a bit smelly. They kind of smell like feet, but they just look like 3 different quarters.
Can I toss them? Do they have like anything important, like maps or
you go
navigations to them?
Yeah, you do actually find quite a few maps. And the maps are generally of Chult. They're just the outside of it. They're not anywhere in the jungles on the inside. But there are a few places marked. If I'm going to move you guys over to the player's map to kind of give you an idea of what you're looking at.
And then after this, I'll go check out those tracks.
All right. So marked on this map are a couple of places. First one being Fort Balerion. And there's like a big X on it. Another one being Port Nanzaru. And out of Port Nanzaru, you can see lots of mercenary ships that they've like tracked like voyages from. One of them being the Brass Phoenix. You even, as you kind of look down at it, you do even notice how it goes from Port Nanzaru to Fort Balerion and then back out again. And you watch as it goes around kind of the top area up here, and then they're like tracking stops. You also see a couple of ship movements coming out of Jahaka Bay. Most of them being like their own ships. You see like Emerald Eye, you see the Sturge, and you see 2 of them moving south, kind of down this way, and they point over towards down here to Shilku Bay.
Okay.
Also marked on the map are a couple of locations. One of them being this. I'm gonna put it on the map there. Near the Cobalt Mountains. You can see this one place. It is marked Hrakhamar. Along with that.
Oh, cool. That was really close. That's very good.
And that's all you find.
Oh, that's very good.
What was the
though.
other one that you saw?
Or Lunga. We actually have a destination for that now.
Oh, sorry, there would be one more.
That's very good.
It would be here.
Oh, what was that? Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool.
So those are things you guys know of locations.
What does it say about that? Does it just give me a name?
It actually doesn't say anything. It just says that. There's just an
That's
X
what it
and
is.
it says that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. I will return to China before I go outside again. I have to look at these tracks that I already told me about. And I will give her the set of maps or whatever I have that indicates that the other boats are heading south to this Shilku Bay. And that might be a good direction.
Oh.
Seems like that would be a good place to look, indeed.
Want a warpath, you might as well have this direction.
So it would seem. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to give her a little pat on the shoulder. I'm going to head out and run near Ari.
Okay.
Ari's just out there looking at the ring, and then
any luck?
See. No, I don't know what it does yet, but I'm trying to figure it out. The tracks are just this over here, this big.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to help me out, look at them. I can definitely figure that out myself. Let's see.
Sure. I'll help. I'll point them out.
Yeah, go ahead and make a survival check, and you can have advantage.
That would be a 16. Yes, 16.
16. All right. Sorry, I'm just putting one more thing on the map here. Go ahead and do this for you.
Okay.
All right. And as you guys discover locations, I can just put those on the map for you. So you go over and you look down towards the tracks onto the south kind of gate area that goes off into the rest of the jungle. You just see this like path kind of wind along the beach, and then the path like continues off into the forest once more. Into these very large, high Rocky Mountains, the Mist Cliff Mountains that are kind of flanking this anchorage area in the cave. As you look towards the path and it goes down, you do see like a good amount of tracks. It's about a dozen or so people, and they're all just kind of moving outwards. They're in no rush of or anything. It just looks like a group, and just kind of walked through like this mud and sand, and then continued on towards the jungle.
Looking at the map, would they be heading this direction?
So that's the way the pathway goes. So they would be heading south and then around into the jungle.
I see. Okay.
I guess for you it'd be this way.
Okay. Okay, I will turn back to Ari and say, so it appears that it's not just one person, several, maybe even a dozen, and they seem to be heading that way, and she'll point towards the direction that they were heading. They didn't seem to be running from anything in a rush, so
all right.
This doesn't appear like this was during the attack or after. It's hard to tell, really.
Well then.
Can China hear that? I'm just asking Jacob.
Sure.
Okay. Do you think it's the slavers that were mentioned?
Probably. It might be
That could be where my
that's a possibility. I don't know why they'd take slaves into the jungle.
I don't know either. This
I mean, I
strange
don't
to me.
know who they'd be selling slaves to out here.
You cut out there a bit, Craig. What'd you say?
Yeah, can you repeat that?
Do I know anything? I'm sorry. I was asking if I knew anything about Silku Bay at all.
Make a history check.
Roll. Nope. That's a 8.
So that's just so far south. You've never paid it any mind. Venturing through Chult, you've never been there, and you don't know much about it. The only thing you would know, just from being in Chult, is that all you know is that nobody goes there, and you think it's for one of two reasons, or one of three reasons. It was either attacked by undead, it was either destroyed by dinosaurs, or volcanic ash and lava destroyed the city.
Okay.
One of three of the reasons a lot of people don't go there anymore.
Okay, I will say that I think both locations we have currently I feel very similar about that. Both are, to me, unlikely they would sell anybody to anyone in either of those locations. I don't know who they'd be going to the jungle to sell. I don't know who would be going to Silku Bay to sell. The little bit I know about Silku Bay is that it's largely inhabitable, or rather uninhabitable, due to either the natural undead or the wildlife or just the natural cause of like maybe it being so close to a volcano. I don't, either of these locations I'm wary that they would take anybody with. If I had to make a best guess, I'd say that they were taking people that they're trying to sell in chains, and I want to make sure they can keep track of those people. I'd put them on a boat. I wouldn't go in the jungle with them where they could run off and get lost. Ugh. Just not my first inclination, but I'm also not a slaver, so I don't know if I have all the answers.
Thank you.
Jacob, does the map that Tiff found have this little icon on it?
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, your map has that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tiff, do you know what that is?
Let me find the key. What is that? Is it a mining area?
It's a mine.
Do
Okay.
you think they could
They
take them there?
called it a mine. A mine! Look, guys, I can't go 10 minutes without
It's
quoting
possible.
Lord of the Rings.
It's more likely they'd go there than anywhere.
It's not a mine. It's a tomb.
Of Annihilation.
Oh my god, we did it! Oh my god, we went full circle.
Full
That was
circle.
incredible.
I think it's definitely a possible location. That is where I would go if anything was there. If not, we're going into the jungle. Though what is important as well, and that you reminded me of, on this other map I have, we found the actual location of Uralunga. Not that that's going to sidetrack us, because we do need to find the others. But
Yes.
now we have an actual destination. Going to that mining camp might be a good outfit.
Okay. So then we need to decide now, I think. Do we follow this trail or do we get back on the boat and sail that way?
It's a very good question.
I'm not captain, but there's no boats here. They fled. Why would they go into the jungle? And if they were here, where are their ships? They would have had to go back.
Here's the thing. I believe one of our pirate friends said that they had already sold some of my crew. If they sold it to this mining camp, it would make sense. But at the same time, I want to
Oh.
hunt down those ships.
I did not think about them selling people as miners.
As laborers, potentially.
That's a really good idea. I didn't think about that.
Ayla did say that she was taken off the boat.
Oh, can we just communicate with her? Is there something we can do now?
Oh, I don't think so.
Because I worry that the distance we'd have to travel is 2 days. A lot can happen in 2 days.
It
The
would
ship.
be 2 days there and 2 days back.
I could send
And
a
it-
paper bird, says Ira.
Well, we might be able to. That's true. We might be able to push the ship further into Jahaku Bay, though.
I don't know. The bay seemed so protected. Plus, my assumption is that they left not too. Maybe even while we were already here. That means that they would not be too far.
Okay, well, let's do 2 things then. Let's get some information between either Ira or Ari about where Sheila might be, and let's talk to the 2 prisoners we have and see if it's common for them to sell slavers to the miners.
That's a very good question.
Alright, we'll just bump Ira. Like, get out the paper bird. I can't do the thing right now.
He gets down, he gets it, and he starts, what do you want me to say?
Probably nothing. It's just captured,
ask-
right?
Yes. I think it's more just for direction.
So should I
She's
just say,
that-
where are you?
Maybe that we're coming. Just reassure her if she does get it,
Yeah.
Okay.
but it won't get her in trouble if she
Alright.
is found with it.
Hopefully no one can intercept it. And he goes down and he just begins to kind of write. And then
Those
he
things are super hard to shoot out of the sky.
He kind of like tentatively takes the paper bird upwards, almost like he doesn't want to throw it.
What's your hesitation?
Last time I did this, we found out Darren was dead. I don't want to confirm anything.
I'd rather know what happened.
All right.
It's my sister. If she's gone too, then those fuckers are dead where they stand.
He throws it. You guys watch as it floats into the air. It dips. And then it flies up into the sky.
Which direction?
It goes upwards and then down the path, and then it goes directly east.
Huh.
It goes across the water.
Well, as in like this way?
Yes.
Or this way? The first one?
Directly
it goes
like
that way.
This way?
Yep.
Goes this way?
There you go. Yep.
That looks
That-
insane. Straight to the mine.
Is wonderful. Okay. So then what do we do with the ship? Leave it here? Do you feel like your ship's going to be safe here?
We're inside this anchorage.
Because I'll be honest with you, Chino. Out there in the water, that's their home. In the jungle, they're mine.
Mm-hmm.
We can get to them.
What are the chances that they come back? They were attacked in their own home, but I mean,
it's possible. I mean, it'll take them 4 or 5 days to get to the mine. Me, only 2. We might be able to intercept them on their way back if we follow their trail.
If they headed southwards, I don't think they might. They already knew we were coming. I don't know if they're coming back anytime soon. They're trying to avoid us. And the fact that we already sunk one of their ships, that might add a little bit of fright to them.
I mean,
I think we'll have. I think I will leave the. I don't know what you were going to say. Sorry about cutting you off.
No,
but I
of
think
course.
about leaving the ship here in the anchorage. It would be a good defensible position. That means that they can only come in from one direction. The crew can easily just hunker down, use it as almost a fortress, and just shoot out of it.
I think it's a wonderful idea.
Jacob, were they able to find any food here or no?
Yeah, actually, they found all of their supplies, and they actually found enough extra weaponry and 2 extra ballistas if you want to put them on your ship, and
Sure, we don't have proper
food,
ballistas, so
food, water, and ammunition.
They won't die if Ari leaves for
No.
4 days. Okay.
They're actually pretty set for about maybe 10
That's
days.
good. All right.
how much ammo for the ballistas is there?
20 shots each.
Cool.
Crew kind of loads all of that onto the ship, and they kind of turn it so it gets into a defensible position just in case.
I kind of direct it, so I'll put it next to this rifle gun.
And they go, we'll set up scouts so that we'll be able to see when they come in. This is such a easily defensible position. We're lucky that nobody was here when we came here. Then they would have shot us out of the water.
So that's my thought as well. Just turn their own thing against them.
If we are to head out today, I think before we leave, we should decide the fate of the 2 gentlemen we have with us, the ones that we took captive. We did promise them freedom. Maybe they'll be able to go to the mine, and that might be the safe place. It could be helpful.
I'll leave that up to you because I'm not in the good state to make a call like that. I understand what my state is. I understand my own thought process.
We could.
But I
take
don't want to
them
go
with
back
us.
against my word either.
We could take them with us if they try to run away. They'll probably die in the jungle.
I think that's more than fair. Let me go get them at least, and then we'll let them see what kind of choice they'd like. Jacob, I will go retrieve the 2 captives we have.
Okay. You go down. You find them. They're kind of in those cages still in the brig. You pull them out, take them up above deck. Some of the other crew are kind of watching them, and a couple of them get kind of antsy. Some of them kind of look over, and at least a few of the crew are grabbing at weapons and kind of like staring down at them as they kind of come out. And
I think Tiff's gonna let it. Sorry, go ahead.
there's this kind of air of hostility as you make your way out.
I don't think Tiff's gonna try and dissuade any of it, but if someone gets a little bit more aggressive than the rest, I think she'll put them down. Not kill them, but she has a position, so she's gonna make sure that these people don't get harmed.
Yeah, one of the crew members walks forward and kind of angrily with like a dagger kind of steps forward and says, "They're murderers. They should be gutted. We should gut them here."
That's not your choice to make. Cool down.
Roll intimidation.
Oh, I don't know if Tiff has that.
How does she not have that?
Oh, she does. She does. Because of Christmas. That will be a 19.
He steps back. He kind of just looks angrily on.
They'll get theirs, but not now.
The two of them are kind of like stepping back. They're not like cowering in any means, but they're very clearly afraid.
Good. Okay. She's gonna lead them off the ship.
Okay.
And to that doorway that Ari found to the tracks.
Yeah, you do so.
I'm trying to go, well, boys, you promised your freedom here. But
The two of them kind of look over towards you and they, "Are you sure? You're setting us free."
I wouldn't go back the way you came. Clearly, you know what's waiting for you in that cavern. But I have some questions before I let you go. Let's down this path. Do you do business with the miners?
The miners?
The people that campment further east of here.
No,
Do you sell slaves to
there are
them?
no miners. There's an old abandoned mine over there.
If the anchorage was attacked, would they retreat back to this place as like a stronghold?
If the anchorage is attacked, then all is lost. There's nowhere for us to retreat. There are only a few places that people are sold.
Where
And
would
that's
that
the
be?
Hrakamar. And then there are some proprietors in the jungles. Grungs. There's some hag.
Let's see. Do you know where those would be?
He thinks. There's a place called Mbala.
How far is it?
It's very far. Only few of us make the journey and the trek, but we have to keep the slaves safe.
Is that where you think our friends are going?
I would assume so.
Could you lead me there? Have one of you been there?
No, I've never been there. I just know of its existence.
How is it spelled?
It's Mbala.
Well, I'm asking him because I'm looking at the map.
He says that. Mbala.
I've been on our map. I know generally where it is. It's deep in the jungle.
Let me make sure I'm pronouncing it right.
It's next to Camp Vengeance. This was one of the places we had to go.
I would
The good
avoid
thing
Camp
is-
Vengeance if I were you. It's a dangerous place with dangerous people.
Do you know how long ago they took our friends?
No. We sailed out of the anchorage to protect this place from you a couple of days ago. And then they were all here. Some of them have been taken. About 4.
Okay. We'll stay here for a second. I want to make sure I give you something before we leave. And I'm going to kind of round up Sheena and Ari if I can, have a discreet conversation if possible.
All right. Yeah, you kind of go over. Do you just leave them there?
I mean, yeah, but with not out of like eyesight. if
Yeah,
possible.
I'm
They
definitely
kind of
keeping my eye
just
on them.
stand there and wait.
So they could be useful. We could take them. Maybe they know more than what we have. I don't mind offering them payment. I think with Ari, they may just die in the job. Might be nice to have other people. But I'll leave it up to you guys. I think either way we're good. But I think we should head out tonight as soon as we can. I think we'll catch them. I don't believe they would have made it this far. I don't think they're there yet.
Right.
That is quite a distance, and you seem to be faster in the jungles than most.
This is a journey. We're going to leave your boat behind.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we won't be back for weeks.
Again.
You hear
I've
a
been
yell.
taking-
Captain!
Aye?
It's Peter again. He looks down and he says, "Are you really letting them go?"
We made a promise to them. Even if I hate to do it. But they weren't the ones who technically did what the others did. Whether or not they stood by is another matter entirely, and that falls on their own conscience. I would love to ring them up by the yard arm and let the gulls have their way with them. She looks at them to make sure that they understand how angry she is.
They look terrified. He looks... Can you make a persuasion check?
Sixteen.
All right. Peter takes his hand off the ballista. Fine. And he walks off.
For all of you that are still here, we will get our revenge from the people who hurt, killed our friends. As much as I would love to get my revenge, it's right now, right here. We have to be mindful of what we are. We're still people. I'm fighting my own personality here as well. No one will want it more than me. But I'm trying to hold myself back, and I expect you guys to as well. Remember, we still have families to get back home to.
A couple of them kind of speak to one another. And through like the murmurs between one another, there's a bit of like discord between them. It's not that they're arguing; they just are expressing different opinions. But there is kind of one kind of sentence that you hear kind of ring out between a few of them, and that's just, "We aren't on Sumanog's ship anymore." And for some of them, that rings comforting, and for some of them, that rings like, oh shit, we can't just do whatever we want. So, and they kind of calm themselves, and they kind of prepare and whatnot. They steal themselves inside the cave.
So, we'll
You guys have a fortress to attend to now. This is your home for a little while. At least you have some land, some drink, some food.
A couple of them like, woo! And another crew member kind of looks over and just says, "There's a bunch of drinks in this building over here," and a bunch of them are like, "Oh shit!" And they all kind of go over inside and grab all of it and bring it aboard the ship.
Actually, if you guys want to clean up this place, you can use the tavern for yourself.
Woo! Throw all the bodies in the river, in the ocean.
Absolutely, do it. Don't even give them a proper burial.
Can you go ahead and send me your crew list?
Yep.
I don't know why I don't have it.
There are some empty positions, but these are just like positions that can be filled, but not but aren't. And these are all of them. I haven't marked anyone that is missing. So.
Okay.
Why don't we just send it to you via Facebook?
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh.
Thank ya. Oh my goodness. All right. Cool. The rest of the crew gets ready, and Dareth kind of like rolls his eyes as he goes over and begins to prepare to like cook everybody food and whatnot.
Mhm.
He and yeah, that's what your crew's doing. What are
Can
what are
I
you guys doing?
go to the food and try and stock up on some rations?
Yeah, you guys can find some rations easily.
Awesome.
You can stock up on about without completely removing
Yeah.
your crew out of food. You can get about 10 days of rations.
Oh, that's
Okay.
extremely helpful.
That's very helpful. Cool.
All right. What are you guys doing?
Are we going to leave tonight then?
I think we should stick in the
Should.
jungle.
I need about an hour.
All right.
Absolutely.
You too. She calls over to the two
They
captives.
slowly kind of walk over.
You have a choice. You can come with us and maybe find land, or you can try and brave the jungles yourself.
They look to one another. We'll brave jungles.
And we wish you luck. Get going.
They kind of. It's like they're about to ask, like, "Oh, could we get some food?" But then they don't.
I'm
And
going to
they
give
just-
them 4. I'm going to give them 2 gold each, though.
You give them 2 gold, then they turn and they sprint into the jungle.
How long do you think they'll last, Tiff?
Well, I don't think we fed them yesterday, so I give them about 36 hours.
We'll let the jungle have its way with them then.
Then when
Alright.
Ari's ready, we'll go on the march.
All right. Just a little bit then. Ari's gonna go find a like secluded area of the cove.
Okay.
Probably behind one of those buildings, and she's going to pull out a little block of incense that she has, and
Okay.
then several like little duck feathers, and she's going to take out a little knife that she has, and she's going to carve the symbol of Viridia into the back of the building,
All right.
and she's going to cast Word of Recall.
All right. Very nice. You
So-
cast Word of Recall, which, so I know is whenever you cast it again, you can teleport back to this place.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
It's very good.
You mark this
We also-
place as kind of like a kind of like a sanctuary.
It has to
Um,
be connected to your deity, so that's why
Mhm.
there's the little symbol there.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we'll be gone for 14 days. We should probably deal with Darren's body. That's correct.
Ooh, I didn't really have anything for that. We should bury him, maybe.
Yeah, we gotta do something about it.
It would usually be a barrel out sea. That's what I was thinking.
Okay, then maybe we do that with the hour that we have from Ari.
Yeah.
And we send them off whenever they're ready, and we'll finish that and head out.
One thing.
We'll go out on like maybe a small rowboat, a little
Okay.
ways off, and do the whole do a little bit of like a ceremony kind of. Sheena's silent for the most part. She doesn't like say, "Let him return to the god," whatever. She doesn't say anything. She's just kind of
Mhm.
stares and kind of is there, and then eventually returns his body to the ocean.
All right. As you do so, you guys watch as you get them on like a rowboat, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it kind of goes off, and all the crew comes out, and they all kind of participate in this as the day kind of goes on. It gets a little bit darker as the sun is kind of going down at this point.
I would also imagine part of this is to honor the two people who fell in battle as well.
Mhm.
So it's all three of them kind of being honored, even though they kind of got incinerated. Their whatever was left is probably being taken out as well.
Definitely. And as this kind of goes on, Ari, you feel a sort of presence, and then you feel a hand around your arm.
back.
Hmm?
I look back to see what it is.
You look back, and you see someone you do not recognize. A spectral figure. They are shrouded in a green hood, but you see this maze-like pattern along the hood. You see this gold kind of outline around the outside, and you see this face underneath them. The face is sort of like much darker skinned, and as this face kind of like smiles, you see a couple of like gold teeth inside of their mouth, and they kind of hunker over you. They bear a resemblance to Viridia, but not this very clearly isn't Viridia. And you see she also has a lot of like jewelry along her arm, and tattoos running up her arm as well. And you can't see her eyes or her nose, just her mouth. And she kind of smiles, and she just says, "I know your friend.
I don't know you.
We have never met. You perform his rite here. You seem to know us. We are lost, and we need you."
I'm sorry, I don't know who you are.
You give the symbol of Unk on the cave wall over there. No one has summoned us in a long time. No one has thought of us or remembered us. I am Obolaka, one of the 9 trickster gods. And we see you, Ari. And she fades away.
Okay.
Ira looks at you and he says, "You alright?"
Did you see that?
See what?
Oh, crap. The woman in the cloak with the gold and the teeth and the tattoos.
Is this a prank?
Yeah. You got me.
Now I'm just confused.
It was just a prank. There was no lady. I was just... Oh, she's behind you.
I'm not falling for that.
All right. Well, we should go. I'm done. She'll kind of wipe her hands off.
Ira's gonna roll
Put the
insight.
incense out. Oh, shoot.
Ooh, he has advantage.
No.
Yes, it does.
Real bad.
He got a 21.
Well, I got a 13.
He looks at you and he says, "Ari, who was that? What did you see?"
I saw a woman. She said she's one of the 9 trickster gods.
Like Viridia?
Like Viridia.
Or the Duck King?
Like Viridia. Duck King's just a nickname.
Huh. I don't know anything about them.
I'm gonna ask Tiff.
I'll come with you. Probably a good idea.
I think that they're still doing the
Yeah,
send-off,
that
so-
was happening as this send off of Darren was going on, and as Darren kind of eventually fades off into the distance into the ocean, the China and Tiff are kind of together. Some of the other crew members had lit like some torches, and there's now like inside of this cave it's dark, and there's like the torchlight kind of reflecting off of the walls. It's kind of like this orange and yellow hue in here. And as you come over, Ira and Ari approach you, China and Tiff.
Hey Tiff. You've lived here for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anything of the 9 trickster gods?
Can I roll for that?
Roll religion.
That's still pretty high for considering my modifier. I was 18.
Not in a long time. But you know of their history.
Hmm.
The 9 trickster gods were spirits of gods that existed, like they were almost like lesser deities of Omu, and yep, like they existed primarily in that forgotten city, and over Chult as well, and some people worship them, some people haven't, but their names have long since vanished, as very few people ever worship them nowadays. You don't know any of them or their names or what they do, but you know that they were prominent in history a long time ago.
They were religious figures, kind of similar to your own, but a long time ago. I think they're more of a forgotten sect of some of the statues we've been seeing around the jungle, but I've only really heard of them through hearsay. I don't know any of their names or any of that. Why?
Well, I was trying to make it simpler for us to travel back here, and I think I summoned one of them on accident, or they saw what I was doing and they were like, "Oh, that seems interesting," and they showed up.
I mean, like, I guess the domains are similar. I don't.
She said she knew my god, so which is very strange because he's been very absent as of recent, and it's strange that she can come here but he can't. I don't know if it's just the.
There are similar in that way. I think they're both kind of forgotten and trapped in some way. Maybe they're similar. That's what tied them together.
Maybe. Anyway, I'm ready to go.
Okay. Let us know if anything else happens. We can maybe keep an eye out and ask people along the way.
Right.
So funnily enough, because you guys, your schedule's all weirded out, you can actually just walk for 8 hours in the middle of the night if you wanted to. You don't need to sleep until the day if you don't want to, because that's how your guys' schedule was towards the end of coming out of the jungle earlier. So do I have you guys on the player's map right now?
Yes.
On the map?
Yes.
Cool. So your party token's there. We're going to do our regular travel stuff. Just move where you want to go.
Can we get Ira and Ari to do the same thing we've been doing?
Yeah,
Guidance and
Ira will give you
inspiration.
bardic inspiration, and you'll get a guidance.
Okay. Give me one quick second. I will roll it for you.
All right, cool.
Extra palette.
I got to pull up all my stuff too, so. Hello, audience. This is our prep time.
Ooh, 26.
Well, you definitely navigate successfully. And then go ahead and roll a
18,
d20 as well.
26.
Just a whatever d20.
Yeah, that'll be a 16.
Okay, roll percentage.
That will be 88.
All right. Very nice.
And I think we'll just go this way.
That's what I was thinking too.
Oh my god. I have so many tabs open. There we go. Okay.
So for my notes' sake, what Trisha god did she talk to?
Do you remember Ari? Would Ari tell
Yes.
Tiff?
Yeah.
So that would be
Okay.
I'm going to also write it down.
Was it Obolaka?
it was yes, Obolaka. All right. Now I gotta go to this tab. As you guys are traveling, you make your way through the night, going through the jungle. It's not as bad as it isn't very hot. It's just difficult to see. Do all three of you have dark vision? Tiff doesn't. Oh, you have your freaking super awesome dark vision.
Yeah.
Ira has to wear his goggles.
Oh, Ira has to wear his goggles.
Yeah, because he doesn't have dark vision.
Can she see the dark?
I can.
That's amazing. So Ira has to wear his special goggles to walk through the jungle. So you guys walk along. You eventually get to a point where it's just been forever as you continue, and you are actually following these footsteps. And there is like as you guys are walking, you find this small like campsite area. There's like logs put out where it looks like people were sitting. There's like an old like filled with ash kind of campfire that was once here. It's just a small clearing, and it's just as good a place as any for you guys to hang around. But as you guys get over here, you immediately begin to see there's you smell flowers. It's very, very, very like nice scent of flowers, and you see there are fireflies kind of buzzing around in the nearby area. And as you get over, you see on these logs, there are these very small creatures standing on them, and they're looking around. They're about 6 inches tall. They have these masks on their faces, and they have they have this crazy hair almost in the back of them. If you want to look at the roll 20, they look like this.
Please tell me I know what these are, as Tiff.
Sure. And they're going around, and they are currently you see one of them very tinily is sitting on this log, like patting its legs and swinging its legs. Another one is standing in front of this one, and it's going, and it's like moving its hands around and like speaking. Another one is gathering logs and throwing logs. It's just tiny sticks and throwing them into the campfire. And then they're just like there's 3 of them, and they're doing this. As you guys walk over, they all just kind of they stop, and they all turn towards you.
I'm gonna start the point and go, oh, we are very fortunate. These are forest spirits. They're called chwingas. They're kind of skittish, very childlike, but they can be awfully helpful.
One of them kind of, a couple of them run and scatter, and another one jumps into the campfire. It's not on fire; it just jumps into the log, into the. He's gone. No, he just jumps into the little bits of sticks. The other one drops down to the dirt, and the other one gets behind one of the logs, and and they're all just kind of like watching.
Tiff will kind of kneel,
okay,
and speak in Chultan because she has that,
all right,
and she'll try and kind of coax them out a little bit.
Kind of one of them turns its head, gets a little closer. One of the campfire kind of comes out, and they just like stare.
Gonna also kneel down, and she's gonna pick up a little stick and try to give it to the one that was collecting them.
It kind of turns its head, it looks down, it walks over in front of you. It's like little legs like pitter patter over towards you, and it like gets down on all fours, and it looks up, and then it kneels. The other one walks forward and also kneels. The other one's still like hiding behind the log, just like watching.
They're copying you.
And then it stands up, it goes over and takes a little stick and throws it into the campfire.
Ari will take a little stick and she'll toss it.
You toss it, and it goes.
And then Tiff's gonna try and start this thing.
And then the two of them run over to the little fire, and they just go like this. And then they get frustrated and smack the ground. You go over to it, Tiff, and you easily kind of pull out like some. Use your. How do you start it?
I think I have a tool for it. Let me see. I do. I have a tinderbox. I'll just use that.
You light it, and the two of them, they just throw their hands up in the air, and they're just like.
You don't understand them.
I can't, right?
Nope.
I didn't think so.
Nobody understands them.
That's
no. Exactly what you hear.
No,
and then they look over and they hold their hands in front of it.
Oh.
I was worried that lighting it myself would have freaked them out a little bit, so I didn't.
And then as they're doing that, they kind of look up.
They
look at
probably would
Sheena.
love that.
The two of them run over. They climb up your legs. They're very quick, and they jump up to like your shoulders. They sit down cross-legged on your shoulders, and they hold their hands up to your face.
I think they like you.
So it would seem.
The
Which
little
are these
one in the
things
back
again?
comes out of the little log and walks over and sits back down again on the log and just like swings their legs.
Ari will join it if it lets her.
And one of them pulls out your hair, Gina. Ding!
Oh,
Ow.
And it holds it to the other one. The other one takes it and like looks at it. And then it like wraps it around its body and like ties it.
Okay, now it has my hair as.
And then you watch as China's hat
Kinda weird.
slumps down on the front of her face. It's climbing up your hat, and it goes over and it looks at like your feathers. It pulls one out, and jumps off of you.
I try and grab the feather patch. Nope.
You just pick it up. It weighs nothing. It's just hanging there, and it's like holding on, and it's just looking at you.
Ari's gonna hold out one of the duck feathers that she has. You can have this one.
It lets go of the feather to grab it, and then falls.
Oh.
And then looks back up, and it holds out its hand.
Ari will give it to it.
Takes the feather. It's like kind of big in his hands. Like swings it, and it like knocks him over. Stands back up.
Oh man.
It looks up at you,
Spot
Ari,
to start.
and it walks over to you, and it puts its hand on your toe, and it looks up, and then
I know you can't understand me, but I love you. I want to take you with me everywhere we go.
you feel this little magical incursion come over you. You hear this like ding, like this like ding sound, kind of echo outwards, and he grants you a charm.
A charm.
You now have a little magical gift from the chwinga. This is a charm of feather falling, and for 10 days, you have the
Okay.
benefits of a ring of feather falling.
Okay. I'm just
Alright.
gonna start jumping out of trees.
Gina like just sits on the ground next to the fire, just rubbing her eyes.
The other one that was sitting on the log sits next to you, cross-legged, and also rubs its not eyes.
I don't think that's how that works, little
But
one.
it like does it, and then it watches you, and then it like keeps doing it. Like it's like making sure it's doing it right.
I don't even know what to do with these things.
Enjoy them. This is a very rare sight. These are one of the few things the jungle has to offer that is not horrific.
Certainly better than a lot of things. At least it's not dino mert.
Hey. Dynamite was great.
I'm going to sit down and
It's
begin
also a
to.
hallucination.
I think Tiff's just going to sit down and she's going to. She had like a mentor when she was a kid that taught her some things, and she's going to sing like a small little song in Sylvan, and that'll probably be all she does.
The
next to the
chwingas
fire.
harmonize with you.
Oh, that's cool.
As you begin singing, they also like, and they also just try to sing with you as
They
well.
sound like Animal Crossing characters.
They at one point Ira's like, no, stop, no, and is currently in tug of war with one of his daggers, one of the chwingas. It's like, Ari, it wants my dagger.
Oh my god, it has a knife.
Give it to it.
And he says, I don't think it should have a dagger.
Why not?
I think that's bad.
I would love to see what it does with a dagger.
Yeah, well, this is a magic dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Can
It could potentially cut itself in half.
See, I don't want that to happen.
Me neither, but
They're just
it'd be
so
interesting to see.
cute that I just would never want that to ever happen to one of these things. All right, little guy. Doink! He pulls him off of it and he takes the dagger. And he says, I don't have anything to give it. It just reaches out and it like leans forward and it just grabs Ira's nose. He's like,
You can give it your nose.
Well, I can't take it off.
No, you have a dagger.
All right. What does Ira have in his equipment? He pulls out a ration. It's food. He eats it. The chwinga takes a small piece of ration.
It has no mouth.
Okay,
Ira,
Canny.
they don't have mouths
Um,
or eyes or noses.
Here, how about a match? And he just gives him like a piece of the tinder box. And the chwinga looks at it and looks up and looks down. It gets on the ground. And it runs over to like a rock. It just strikes it. And you watch as it holds it upwards. And all the other ones are like... And it runs around, has the power of fire in its hands.
Oh, gods.
That's very cool.
I think we just set a forest fire.
Jungle will be dangerous if there's no jungle. So
True that.
You guys...
It's good.
It'll
sorry.
become the
Sorry, go
plains
ahead.
instead.
I think Tiff wanted to after she's done. She's gonna take 2 of these Cinda berries that we got,
Mhm.
and she's gonna make war paint out of it and paint them all for him.
They love it. They're so, you could just tell how happy they are. They go around and they begin to like imitate you. They like walk down and they make muscles, and they're they're like going over and setting things on fire. But it's just like a tiny fire and then it's gone. It's not like they're burning down the whole forest. And one of them comes over to you and grants you a charm. It gives you Charm of Heroism. This charm allows you to give yourself the benefit of Potion of Heroism as an action. Once you do so, the charm vanishes from you.
Now it's to me.
Yes.
See you.
Okay, cool.
And the night continues onwards as you guys continue to screw around with some chwingas. And the night eventually comes. The day eventually comes. You guys kind of sleep through it. And when you wake up the next day, it's strange. You didn't even need to get your bedrolls out. You guys just kind of fell asleep. It was comfortable enough just where you were. It was, the temperature was fine. The campfire was warm. And the ground underneath you didn't hurt at all. And as you wake up, you feel very, very restful. You guys successfully long rest. And those jungle spirit creatures are gone by the time you guys wake up. And on that note, let's go ahead and take a break because I want to eat this food. So, and that's a good place to break. So we'll be right back, everybody. We're gonna actually go to a break card. So if you're watching Premiere, sorry, go get some food, go get something to drink, and then come back, and we'll be back with more game.
Go use the restroom.
Yeah, but if you're just watching the VOD, you can just skip. So we'll see you guys in a bit.
Oh.
God God.
We're all being Colton. That's what he's doing. He's stuck
We
forever.
look like we're on like a roller coaster.
Freeze frames.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I
All
look
right.
so just like straight faced on roller coaster pictures because I don't like emote at all. I just enjoy the ride, and so whenever it's a picture, I'm just like literally just sitting there, just like.
Yeah, your family's the type of family that they go to Disneyland and they bring props for rides. They're like, ooh, my newspaper. I know, I've seen pictures, yeah.
There's one when we decided to do that on Tower of Terror, when it was still Tower of Terror.
Wow.
Aw, rip the homie.
I was like asleep. Rip the homie.
Ever tell you that one time, Craig, that at the beginning of one of my videos, Tyler wasn't there, so I wanted to say rip the homie, but also F, and I said F the homie.
Uh-oh.
Close friends.
we F our homies in this household. All right, so you guys just woke up from traveling, and Colton's very excited about it.
Yeah. Safe.
He's very excited about effing the homie.
Wow. So what are you guys doing?
Do you want to go here or here? You
Look
guys just
at
go
map.
out in the water. Just go.
Just
Just
walk into the
swim for
ocean.
Maybe like there, I guess.
Yeah. I think that's a good spot.
Okay.
I think
You
that's
guys
super
continue
solid.
traveling. Go ahead and make that. You don't have to roll. You have water next to you. And go ahead and roll a. Can you roll d20?
8.
All right. Can you roll percentage?
37.
37, you say.
Mm-hmm.
How very interesting.
I do declare.
I do declare. All right. So you. Can you roll a d4?
Oh no, we're gonna get killed.
3.
Okay. So, as you guys are walking along, you see on kind of near the water, you from a distance, you can see what looks like huts sitting on the ocean. Like right on the
That's
beach.
kind of neat.
Very small.
Oh. How far are they away from us?
Not terribly far. But maybe like 800 feet.
I'm gonna look to China for a detour. They might have food we could purchase.
I mean, we're right here, so might as well. You're the guide. If you think we should do that, then we should.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, let's go do that.
Got it. As you
This
guys
is
get
how we
closer
die.
and closer, let me see everybody's passive perceptions here. All right, so I'll say all of you. You can see that there are some creatures walking atop these structures, and as you get closer, you notice how very shoddily built these kind of huts are. As they kind of sit on the water, they look to be made out of like bamboo and reeds, and I don't know where bamboo would exist out here, but like they're made out of reeds and like driftwood and whatnot. And as you get closer, there's no real like craftsmanship about this place. It looks like a bunch of scrap was just thrown together to make like these stilt-like huts. And you see some creatures walking up on top of them. There are 4 of them, and they stop and they turn towards all of you. These are not people at all. These are birds, very large birds, about 10 feet tall. And they have red feathers, red, purple, and like white feathers going down, and they kind of turn their head as they all just kind of stare over at you. They look like this. They're in the roll 20.
Oh,
I see.
10
feet tall. That's
so
They're
scary.
huge. They're massive. Massive. And they kind of just like look down towards all of you as there's
Like,
4 of them.
my height.
And then one of them looks down and says, It's just like it like looks back and it looks over, and they like all continue to watch.
Tiff,
Uh,
do you know what's...
oh, let's backstep.
I agree.
All right, we'll backstep.
Yeah,
Backstep, and they say, and one of them looks over and it says, it speaks, and
F
says,
the homies.
"You got any treasure on you?
None that you want.
We want it.
You have
We
to
want
take it.
We want it.
You feathered fuck.
We'll do.
Uh-oh.
Come to my beacon, die." And the four of them begin running towards you.
Oh shit! These are bandit giant birds.
Spooky.
Yeah.
I know.
Um,
What the hell?
Everybody's like, "What the fuck is this?"
Fucking Schult with this weird ass bullshit.
Go ahead and roll initiative.
I don't know about that. I mean, we fought some moving chairs and tables
We did.
yesterday. We had quite the haunted house adventure
Sure,
yesterday.
sure.
All right, let me. I don't have a map, but we're gonna do impromptu map here. Boop.
Okay. How many of them are there? 4?
4.
Oh, Christ almighty.
I'm gonna wait to roll initiative until we get onto initiative.
Oh yeah,
tracker.
sorry. It's a good idea. All right, let's say you guys are here, up here in this corner. Sorry, chat. I'll get you guys a map in just a second. Here, I'll do this. See if this works. Nope.
Giant birds that speak and want our treasure. What the hell?
Yeah.
We're just like,
Thanks for in this book. I don't know what these are.
oh.
This is one of the few things I was like, what the fuck is this?
When the
All
person who knows about the book doesn't know what the hell something's happening, you're like, oh shit.
Oh, it's
That's why I was like, we need to go over there and look at that. I don't know what's going on.
On birds.
I shouldn't have. I should have stayed where I was. God, these things are cool looking.
They're like cranes almost,
Yeah.
But they're 10 feet. Oh my god.
but they're large.
How do I make one a
Bonk.
mount?
Well, the sentience is also the issue too.
Bonk.
You
So
gotta-
pay them maybe?
Bonk. Pay them.
Yeah.
Right.
Bonk. Here they come.
You gotta put a coin on the
Jesus.
string and get on its back.
It's like a coin operated ride. Just give them a coin in it.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, I'm supposed to roll 2 of those.
All right, and then I need to get Ira's initiative. Oh shoot! Let me adjust the map here. Sorry, audience.
I want to haggle with these birds now.
Well, they seem to want to stab us with their beaks now.
They'd
Oh,
also
yeah,
make
pretty
really good cloaks. That'd be pretty cool outfit too.
You're gonna kill the sentient giant birds, rip their feathers off, and make a cloak out of it.
My God.
You're right. That might be inhumane.
That's a big
Question mark.
What?
All right, Ira.
Also,
give me your
remember this.
initiative.
This is also middle of the night.
Oh my God! Night creatures. All right, now I need to roll all of them.
Oh,
All right, here
That's
we go.
very good.
This one's first. It's running, and it's like, hey, get over here, give me your shit, and it goes 5, 10, 15, and it picks up and starts flying,
oh God.
and it dashes to get about here. Tiff, it's your turn.
Tiff is going to. Let me see here. Tiff is gonna. Is it just a melee attack? How's this work?
Sorry, what?
So I was trying to figure out if Hexblade Curse, the 1920 thing for critical, was only on a melee attack or not.
I believe so, unless it doesn't specify. If it just says attack, then it doesn't matter. It could be on. It could even be a spell.
That's plus damage. Score critical hit on 1920.
That's it. It's just anything.
I think it's for anything because I'm trying to figure out if I think Tiff's going to do this, and I will reread it and double make sure because it may not even matter. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 here. I'm gonna Hexblade Curse it, and then Eldritch Blast it.
All right. And I can even double check right here. Hexblade's Curse. Any attack roll you make.
Okay.
So you
do that.
Hexblade's Curse it, and then go ahead and roll your Eldritch Blast. You get a lot of those.
Thank you for whoever reminded me that I have multiple.
Yes.
I have 3 now. That will be a what is this dice? A 19.
19. Okay.
A 13.
13 also hits.
Okay, and a 14. Okay.
All right.
And that will be 3d10. And that will come out to 22.
22
What's the damage? Yes.
My God.
And then this is Tiff with her like new gemstone sword and the shield. So she'll kind of just like fling the sword around 3 times and send out blasts that way. And then that'll be my turn.
You blast this thing with Eldritch Blasts, and to the point where it takes massive damage and then rolls terrible on its save and falls to the ground, and its neck snaps as it goes to the ground. The rest of them are just like, holy shit! Kill him! They all run towards you.
That's it. That's my turn.
This one goes, let's see, how far?
Holy shit, kill him.
Wow.
This one gets here, and then you watch as it weaves its feathers together, and it begins to like, and it begins to like squawk, and it casts blur on itself. It is now blurry, and you can't seem to hit it. Yes, they cast
spell casting.
Yep, Ari, it's your turn.
What?
Hey, well,
What?
spooky.
What even is this?
I've been. Are you gonna move?
I want
right
to
here?
stop blocks with these things.
And the connection that I got with that bird before.
Yeah.
Does it go to this bird?
No.
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 Shoot. It's a freaking ring of animal friendship, isn't it?
Oh, you got it.
Oh, okay. Oh, this guy doesn't want to be our friend. Then
He's not an
I
animal,
will-
can't you see?
I will destroy
It's very
him.
clear.
Unfortunately, he must perish. I'm gonna cast.
Firebolt and just.
I'm gonna cast Chaos Bolt. On,
All right, you have disadvantage if you're attacking this one. He's blurry.
Well, then I won't attack that one. I'll attack this one over here.
All right, go for it.
With a 25 to hit.
25 definitely hits.
And then let's. If I cast that at 3rd level, get. An extra D6.
Colton looks very surprised at the damage you just rolled.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he looks very excited.
Well, he would probably say exactly what he said last week, that fucker.
What?
He didn't roll very high.
He looks very
is-
offended by the fact that you just said that.
Oh, I couldn't care.
He's kind of just stuck in this kind
I got that'd be 12 lightning damage.
of. You strike that one with lightning, and
Is
it
he
looks
in
pretty
water
rough
by any
as you hit
chance?
it, and it just kind of and it looks to you. The one says this, "Hey, I think these guys are pretty strong. They already killed Terry."
Oh, poor Terry.
And it's Ira's turn, and I'm gonna do my best Colton impression and go, well, They're fighting. I'm gonna run over here. So, question.
Yep.
Theoretically, can I?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
So, in theory, I should be able to. Ira's gonna go over and huck a dagger at the one that Ari just shot at. He gets a 23 and slices its head off. Sheena?
Jesus Christ. I'm like, I guess we're okay. she's like,
As you start running towards that one, it starts going, hey, wait, all right, I'm sorry. The other one in the back is just like, just call it off, man. Call it off, Jim. Don't do it.
we're gonna go here, and hold on. She draws her sword,
Okay.
but instead of attacking,
I'm having a blast.
she just kind of points at them and just kind of like points and just kind of like almost shooing away with her sword a little bit.
She goes,
Just go.
okay.
I'm using my intimidation tactics, using the whole thing. So they have to make an insight check against my intimidation.
9.
Oh no!
You got an 8.
I'm just gonna throw my card in there just for
Hey.
fun.
All right,
That's
it
fine.
works. I don't want to open another tab.
Yeah.
You only need 1. You can get a minimum of 1. All right.
Yeah.
He stops, and both of them stop, and they're like, okay, I'm sorry. He's no longer blurry anymore, and he says, look, you guys are really, really, really strong. I didn't expect that at all. You just killed
Maybe
Terry.
you guys,
and
maybe you
killed
guys shouldn't
Bill.
just jump random people that are walking by. We were trying to just walk away.
Oh, we fucking hate anybody. Anybody that comes
Well-
near us, we just gotta fucking put them in the ground. We
Well-
can't. We kind of don't have a choice. It's kind of our biology. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Okay,
I've
well-
learned the ancient secrets of us. We're called Iblis. You ever seen one of us before?
No.
Clearly not. You don't know how to deal with us. Yeah, we're reincarnations of evil people. Happens here in Schultz. My name is Murray, and this is Jim. And well, you just killed Bill and Terry, so I mean, I guess we're too short now. But hey, we was just wondering if you had any money on you, cause we're a bit short for change. Also, I got a big pile of treasure back there, and I want to keep it safe and keep it growing. You hear me? You feel me?
Maybe we could make a trade.
Oh, that sounds
That's a
fantastic.
better way of doing it.
I would love to make a trade.
Could I see what you have to offer?
No, but I can tell you.
Okay.
Keep in mind, this is coming out of a bird.
Yeah.
This is a bird. Yep. And he says,
I have
"All right,
this,
I got a couple of things here. Let me just let me." He starts looking around. He says, "I'll be right back, Jim. You watch him." And he goes, "I don't think I can handle them if they try to jump me." And he goes, "All right, well, back up a couple feet." And he kind of backs up a bit. The other bird wobbles and then flies up into the air over towards one of the huts and then goes inside.
I'm imagining the crane from Kung Fu Panda. Except really fucking big.
Oh man,
So
it's accurate.
I have this
What level are you guys?
10.
Okay.
Great.
11.
Oh, 11.
We got 11.
Oh, the overlay's inaccurate. Sorry, guys.
So I have this like conquest paladin that has like a nightmare steed,
Uh-huh.
and I thought nightmares were the coolest thing for a like lawful evil paladin to have. I'm wrong.
Yeah.
This is it. This is it.
You gotta switch it up.
This is super cool.
Sorry, Ebly. Ebly are thought to be reincarnations of evil humans that were punished by gods for active larceny and kidnapping. These intelligent evil cranes loom 8 feet tall and lay eggs as mundane birds do. They can manipulate objects with their beaks and feet. Ebly try to sway other creatures into doing their bidding, and their plots are self-serving. They live to destroy creatures that offend them and delight in luring humanoids into unexpected death. Ebly also like to collect
Skinwalker.
treasure, which they sometimes use to reward those who serve them. They build crude huts and nests out of grass and reeds, wherein they hide their treasure. Languages, Aquan and Common.
Wow.
They have an intelligence of 12. They're
Wow.
they're just bird dudes. All right, so Ari,
Question.
roll percentage twice.
Okay. Are these eggs? Are they other?
No, they're not eggs.
No, Jacob, you said they lay eggs, right?
Yeah.
Does that make like other? Is it like other evil people that hatch from these eggs?
Yeah, they're
or-
reincarnated through them. They come out of the eggs and they're just like, I want to fucking kill someone.
I need an egg. I want an egg so bad.
Give me it. I got an 84 and a 34.
Hang on, sorry, my headphones are being funky.
We could make an
There
evil
we go.
reincarnated person omelet.
Or
Strahd.
what I'm thinking is if someone dies and you hold the egg next to them and they're reborn, then you trap them as a bird.
Aha! We have a Sarek as a bird. Oh man, oh, I hate it.
So many options.
Okay, so what'd you get on your percentages?
84 and 34.
He says, okay, I got a couple things here. 84 and 34?
This is about to be the oddest transaction we've ever made.
He flies over and he says, okay, I got this brazier. It summons fire people. And I also got this these arrows. And they're super magical arrows. What do you want to trade?
Fire people?
Summons fire people, yeah. Can't really get it to work, don't have hands.
Yeah, of course. Then
This is the
ring-
coolest thing ever.
The fire summoning thing. How much?
Yep.
What do you want? What do you want for it?
What do you got?
Well,
I mean, Christ, the sky's the limit at this rate. I'll kill somebody for it.
I have I also have very magical bolts. You could have a full set.
Why would I want more?
I don't know.
I already got some of those.
Okay, I have
Do you want me to trade my bolts with your bolts?
no.
Yeah, see, that's a stupid transaction.
Yeah, you're right. I have gold.
I like gold.
Oh, how many gold?
How about
do you want?
10,000?
10,000.
It summons fire people.
Okay, but what if we? So we have to verify this, right? We're not gonna just take the word of two bird
You
incarnation.
just kill two of our
creatures.
friends. This is as honest as we can be.
Mm.
We are
Okay,
terrified.
what if our wizard looks at it? She verifies what it is, and then we'll talk.
Yeah.
I don't like this. I don't like this plan.
Okay. Well, I have this.
Hey, hang
ring.
on. Stay right there. He flies over. He goes in the hut. He comes out a bit with his beak, and he holds it and he says, "See, okay," and he like comes back. And it like it just shows it for a second. And then he comes back. It's real. It's real. It's real.
I have
I don't
this,
trust that.
Why
there-
not? Why don't you trust me? I can't show it to you for a long period of time. I know you'll steal it.
Why would I steal it?
You just killed two of my friends. That's
Because
as much.
you attacked us first.
You showed up on our beach.
Because we wanted
That's
to buy
very
stuff.
different.
Do we not look like the most evil creatures you have ever seen?
No.
We have to keep up that reputation. Otherwise, no one takes us seriously.
Well, I have this very neat ring. You could have this.
Also have this
What?
gemstone that was a pirate captain's eyeball.
Okay, ring in the gemstone, the brazier's yours.
I give him the ring of animal friendship.
He goes
I'll
over.
give him the ruby that
He
I
grabs
found.
it. He takes it. He flies back over. Goes into his little nest. Jim stands there watching nervously. He flies back over and he drops this brazier on the ground and he says, "There you go.
As you're doing business, I guess.
I'll
This was
pick up
not
and hold it for
business. This
Ari.
was a formality. Make sure to spread word of our terror.
You
Please.
should put up some
Will
signs.
do.
No,
Oh,
we gotta surprise him.
Okay.
Eventually, we will have a pile of corpses. And when we do, everyone will fear us.
Well, you have a start, points to the dead birds.
Oh, fuck you.
Well,
Ari,
I hope
will
you're
take
reborn
the-
as one of us.
we
Me
shall
too.
see, I guess.
Truly, I do. I want to be.
I
one
wish
of
I knew
you.
who I was in my old times. Maybe I was really cool.
Probably not. Anyway,
Oh, goodbye.
I'd scram,
Goodbye.
assholes!
See you later, fuckface? I don't know. I'm trying.
It's a very strange interaction here.
I know. I'm
I was gonna-
confused.
I was gonna get out of here.
Yeah.
Alright. You guys, make your way off, with a brazier. It looks, if you check the Tomb of Annihilation Discord chat, I'll send you guys a picture of what it looks like.
That thing is so cool.
Watch it's fake, or whatever it is.
Haha, get fucked, idiots!
Ooh,
Oh,
Ah,
fire elemental, huh?
yeah. Okay, that is. Alright, the amount of damage you're going to be able to do to ships now.
Yeah. To ships. If I remember correctly.
that thing should be pretty big too. Is the thing.
Yeah.
It's massive. It also weighs 5 pounds.
Yeah.
So who's carrying it?
I can carry it for you if you want.
Oh, sure, if you want to.
Yeah.
Alright, Tiff slings the brazier over her back, and you guys keep on walking. This day eventually comes to an end as you guys sleep out in the middle of the forest. You gather all your supplies, make camp, and head to sleep. And eventually the next day comes. It's a very hot day today. It's about 105 degrees. And
That's good to me.
and you guys continue walking, I assume. All right.
On the day.
And you are making your way towards that mine, yes?
Yeah.
All right.
That's destination number 1. Can we have the big map up?
No.
Screw you.
Okay, so the brazier doesn't require a tomb, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
So
Nope. You can just fucking light it, and it works.
Oh, where's our little markers? Oh, no, is it there? I'm
They're
looking at the wrong spot.
slowly spawning.
I was looking at the wrong spot in the map. So we're gonna go like this direction, I think. Which should
Okay.
bring us right next to the mine.
yes.
All right. So you guys make your way right over towards the mines, and about halfway through the day, at about noon, you guys see the entrance to like this. You see like the mountains kind of rising up into the distance, and kind of below it, there's not a whole lot of jungle out here. It's mostly just kind of like flatlands, and you come across this. You can see what looks like a mine in the distance. There's like this like wooden kind of structure around it, and there's this entrance into like into the mountain, and it's open, and it kind of like delves downwards into like darkness.
Is there? I'm assuming that there's no one around.
As of now, no, there's nobody out here. It's very quiet.
So did you need a roll?
No,
Okay.
you could follow the water easy enough.
Okay.
Hey, Ira, do you think you could send another paper bird to see the direction to Ayla again?
Sure, I can try. And he writes down another one. He tosses it in the air, and he watches it flies into the cave.
Oh,
Oh.
so she's right there. Let's go.
She is.
She just immediately starts walking towards the
Yeah,
cave.
yeah, absolutely.
You guys
Let's
head
go.
over and begin to make your way into the cave. As you get further down, it's dark. But then at the edge of some cave walls, you begin to see flickering of torchlight. You begin to see what looks like you can hear echoings of sounds and voices. As you get closer and closer down, the cave opens up into this ramshackle mine shaft room. It looks like there are many different ways that lead out of this place. This was once a mine, but nobody's inhabited it in a long time. And sitting around, what looks like some torches are currently out. There's a small little campfire in the middle. Is a good portion of your crew, China. You watch as Ayla stands up, and you see her. She looks towards you, and she just runs towards you, and she just yells out your name, and she embraces you. All the other crew members, a couple of them kind of stand up and they say, "Captain, you're here." A few of them kind of look around as you all enter, and they're all just very surprised. And Ayla just kind of looks up to you and she just says, I didn't know if you would come back.
Because I would.
Are you okay? Are you hurt?
I'm okay. Are you?
I don't know. Stepping out from behind the crew,
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
you see a familiar face step forward. A long brown hair, beard down on the side of his face, and a ranger's armor, and a ring on his hand. Crosses his arms as he looks up towards all of you. And behind him is somebody you've never seen before. The only thing I can describe is like a dinosaur-like person with a very large sword on his back.
Oh,
Let me get you guys a picture here in roll 20. That's what he looks like.
It's a little doofy.
today is full surprises.
He just kind of watches. The two of them just watch. They don't say anything, but you notice them. Ayla kind of looks around and she says, Ira, Ari, it's good to see that you're here too. And Tiff, how's the rest of the crew? Are they okay? We were afraid that they would get sunk, but they didn't sink the ship.
The ship is not sunk,
All right,
but not everyone made it.
I know. Did you find him?
He's back home now. As close as he can be. I'm sorry. I know you're closer to him.
And she just kind of sobs into your arm.
Changes faults.
Oops.
She'll look up to the pair that came around the corner. You helped them out? Or what?
Artus kind of looks up and he says, I did.
Can I ask why? Why did you get yourself involved?
I didn't know it was your crew. There's a lot of terrible people here on Chilton. I'm trying to do my best to help them out. I knew that these pirates had taken some people, and it was only sooner or later until I made my way over there to put a stop to it. I put down as many of them as I could. I was expecting to find people there. I didn't know it'd be yours.
Well, in any case, I appreciate that. Appreciate all the help you've been able to get.
Well, now that we're all on neutral ground here, who are you? Do you know who I am?
Yeah, we do.
We've been told.
But that's not
who
my
you
thing
are.
to talk about.
And he walks
So you-
over and he looks down and he says, I'm sorry about your friend. He was already dead by the time I got there. There's only so much power I have, and I don't have any sway over the dead, but none of us do now.
Mm-hmm. I know. That's
This
one of our
is-
plans to deal with. Hopefully, we might be able to get him back, but I don't put any. It is a hope, but it's not a thing that I'm counting on.
I didn't do this as a good deed to you. I did this for the betterment of everyone.
You did this as a good deed in general, but not specifically to me.
He walks over towards you, Ari. He holds out his hand with the ring on it, and he says, "It's good to finally meet you."
Shake his hand.
Good, I know I can trust you.
Well,
You're Harper's, right?
yes.
They are.
You've been, on my trail, right?
Well, after you kind of duped us, that was a very good trick, but I prefer to be on the other side of that.
I know. Did Mert send you?
I don't think he sent us. Yes, he didn't want to send us, but we weren't really gonna let him make us sit by while we watch the city that we love get destroyed.
I can't do anything for you.
Do you know where Omu is? The lost city.
I've been trying to find it myself.
Any knowledge you have will help us. You don't have to come with
First
us.
things first, this is Dragon Bait, and he points down to his little friend. He doesn't talk, but he smells. And all of you watch as Dragon Bait opens his mouth, and you see this very large, like all of the innards, like the back of his throat and his tongue and everything. And suddenly, you all smell lemons. And he says, that means he's happy.
I thought you meant that
Pleasure,
he was more of
joy.
a tracker smeller, not actually smells.
Oh, no. He that's how he
produces-
communicates.
Okay.
I met him in Port Nyanzaru. He's been a good companion to me.
Nice to meet you.
He nods. He says, "What's going on in Waterdeep?"
Oh well, all of the giants that you pissed off have allied with all of the other giants, and now they're all equally pissed off, and they're throwing rocks and whatever they can get their hands on.
Something's gone wrong with their moot then. Their leadership must be compromised.
So there's what's her name? There is a what the heck? Where are my notes? Droopy?
She was the one leading the hunt.
Yes.
Pretty
they
sure
say
she's
that-
been tasked by somebody else. She wouldn't bring all of the giants together just for this ring. There's something else going on there. Something far more sinister. I don't think it's at all tied to what's going on here, and I think this is a bit more pressing. I love Waterdeep, but I think the rest of the world is in more danger.
Slowly being
Currently, yes.
ripped from life because people have already dealt with death.
So, do you have a plan? Were you coming here to kill me? Did you want to take this?
I think you've made it very obvious that you are incapable of being killed.
Yeah.
Plus, we weren't expecting to find you here anyways. We're looking for...
I don't want you dead. Mert definitely doesn't want you dead. He just wants to know why you've taken this ring and run off with it.
I stole it from the giants. They were going to
Knew
use
that.
it to enslave the world in an eternal frost, an eternal winter. But I also took it because I thought it would give me the ability to brave through Chult. I'm looking for my wife. She lived in Mesro. When I came back, the city was gone. But she's still alive. I know she's still alive. I just don't know where she is and where the city went. I think it's connected to this death curse.
Where Mesro went? Or
The
where
city of
lost-
Mesro.
Yes.
There used to be a city there. It was a great, beautiful city. With knights and order. And the love of my life. I left. I still had unfinished business. And when I returned, the city was gone. I thought her dead for a long time. But other more powerful beings assured me that she is still alive, she's just not here, and I don't know where she is.
She's not on
I've been
patrol?
looking for a long time.
And you have no lead.
I have nothing. The only thing I have is what has been happening recently with this curse. And if it isn't connected in any some way, then I don't know what I'm going to do. But as long as she exists and as long as she is out there, I need all the power and help that I can get. If you want the ring, you're going to have to kill me for it. And as far as I know, I don't think any other human has lived as long as I have. 383. This ring ceases to age me.
Sheena's just kind of still kind of holding Ayla. She looks at Ira and Ari.
I don't mean to burden you with anything, but I knew you were looking for me. He kind of turns around and he goes and he just sits next to the fire.
Not to kill you. I don't want to kill you. You're a Harper, even if you left.
I'm not a Harper. Not anymore.
Well, Mart trusted you, at one point at least. So, if he did, I can do the same, and I think that my allies and myself can help you. If you help us.
All right. What do you need?
Any information you have on the Lost City, any information you have on this Rosnasi guy.
Rosnasi.
Any maps you might have of the island.
I know where things are. I don't have a map.
We have a map.
That's wonderful. I'll pull the map out.
I don't know where Omu is, but I know where we can find out where Omu is.
Where'd that be?
Orlunga.
We know that is. So
There's a
you're simply-
ancient spirit there, a guardian Naga. She may need some sort of testament, or she may test us for something, but she knows where it is.
That's close by.
Yep.
Tonight will be our next stop.
Gina,
So,
Sindra, and the rest of them. There's about 6 more. They got taken. They were separated from us.
where'd they go? Do you have any idea? Direction?
No. Sindra and 2 others were taken on a boat. And 4 more were taken up north. Artus says, I think they're taking them to Orlunga as well, or to Mbala.
You said Sindra's on a boat.
She nods.
You mean like a ship? They left from the port, from the anchorage?
They took her before Darren came by.
Either they're in Orlunga or Mbala. Tiff, you said that Mbala. Oh, well, the pirates that we interrogated said Mbala.
I think Mbala's a good choice. I've been looking at the map, and if they went by any kind of ship, they probably went by the river, so we could probably follow that there.
Everyone here. My spell that I prepared isn't meant for that many people.
What about you? And I'll look at Artus Cimber. Can you at least
What?
get them back?
Get them back where? To the ship?
Mm-hmm. And then we can go to Mubala and save our people, and then stop by Orlando on the way back.
If you allow us to be able to communicate with you over distance, we can keep you updated.
Of course.
Hello?
She looks at you.
I know I just got you back, but I think I'm going to have to... I want you to go back to the ship. They're currently at the anchorage, but we've taken it. I want you to be in charge while I'm gone.
Okay.
I trust you out of anyone. You know how to survive, even if you get yourself into a bad situation. I know you can do it.
Okay.
And I'll try and keep in contact with you as best as I can. Help them, the Harper Wizard was aboard the ship as well. He might be able to assist with that.
There's something else.
She was gonna say something more, but
I don't know why. And she kind of hushes her tone a bit, so it's just the two of you, and she says, "I'm afraid to tell you because I don't want to burden you with anything. And this isn't in our priorities at all, and it seems like," she kind of looks over towards Artus and towards Ari and Ira, and she says, I don't know, this seems more important. I know that Darren is gone, but maybe there's a way he can come back if this death curse is stopped. And if you can do that, then I want to help.
I want you to help too. But right now, I think the best way for you to help, especially since you lost the powers you were given, is to stay safe and make sure that the crew, our family now, people I'm going to go out to go and save, people that are with you here, make sure that they are safe.
There's something else. On the way here, the pirates are sailing. They were able to move so quickly because there's these things in the water. Whirlpools. They go to the elemental plane of water. There were a lot of them. They were able to move the ships very, very quickly. Gina, do you think she's here? I've never seen any one of these ever before in any other place, and this is the only... I'm not trying to hypothesize or speculate or anything, but it seems so similar.
This is very possible. But we don't have
And I don't
anything
want to
else
distract
other
you,
to
but
go on.
if she's out there...
If I find her, if I happen to find her...
Will you look for her?
Yes.
All right. She grabs your hand and she says, I'll look after the rest of them if you promise me that.
What do you think I've been doing since we got back together?
She nods and kind of steps back. While this is going on, Artus has walked over towards you, Ari, and he says, I'm willing to help these people. I really am. And I'll guide them. But I better be able to find you again. You're the only people I've ever had a closest chance to getting anywhere towards anything in this. I've seen what you can do. It's impressive. You have quite a reputation for being somebody who can change their face.
Right. You might want to be careful.
Why?
Going back to the little cove, the anchorage. Well, we may or may not have found a ship of giants about a week and a half back and told them that we were going there and that their help would be appreciated. So, might want to watch your back.
I'm sorry, what?
The giants. They're going
You
to
led the
anchorage.
giants to the anchorage?
Yes.
He looks up and then he speaks up just as Ayla finishes talking. He says, the anchorage isn't safe. He looks at you, Chena. You led the giants there?
We had no way of knowing you'd be there. We thought that there'd be several ships occupied by pirates waiting for us to, I don't know, kill us all.
You can't
That
fight
was
all of
enslaved.
them. I can't even fight all of them.
Oh.
Unless you want to stand ground, wait for him here, try to surprise him.
Why would we wait for them here?
This is the only way in. They'll
No,
have
I
to
don't
walk past this part of the jungle in order to make their way towards the anchorage. They won't take an attack by ship. They're not that dumb.
You could lead all of them back to the ship. They could sail back to the port.
As
I
much
mean,
as
you
I
could-
want to go back with your people and get on your ship and sail back to a port with a problem that you caused, I don't think this is my mission.
Problem that I caused?
You led them here.
You led them to
here.
Chult.
They were fine on the other side of the jungle. Or we can fight them. Put a stop to them once and for all. If you're willing to fight upwards to half a dozen giants, maybe more.
I mean, we've already taken 4 at a time, and that was not that big of a deal. But the ones that we were talked to were not, despite being aggressive about trying to find the ring, they weren't necessarily all that bad. In fact,
Seem
pretty
entirely
friendly.
too interested in being here. They were sort of just sent here to look for you.
I could leave, and that would be the best option. They wouldn't find me, but they know the residue of the magic. They can feel it. As soon as they make their way over to the anchorage, they'll know I've been there. They'll question anybody around them, and they will use force. We either
How
have to
long?
stop them, or we need to move everybody.
Moving everyone would honestly be the easiest. I'd rather just not attack random people.
I don't think so. I agree with Artus. We put them out in a boat. There's 2 more pirate ships waiting to find them.
And if
keep
we're
them
the
in
ones
place.
moving them, then we can. You saw how easy we were able to take the other ones. Even if it's 2 against 1, we outgun them.
Then we leave and go on the boat. We're not going to find Syndra. We need to find Syndra. We need to handle these giants, handle these pirates.
wait here for them to come, or do we get on the ship?
That
I'm
bay
not
is
going
an
to leave Cimber
incredible
out there.
spot to defend your people at. And stopping the pirates and taking their base away from them, that's even better for Chult. Putting an end to the pirates and putting an end to these giants, that is my preferred outcome. But I'll leave you to the decision.
I'll defer it to Ira and Ari.
Ira
They're the
T
ones-
poses.
Yeah.
They're the
I'm sure
ones
Ira would have a
who.
lot to say.
I know he would. I feel bad.
Um,
You're the ones with the mission here.
I don't disagree with you, Artus. But killing all of the giants and then going directly to kill all of the pirates seems like the most dangerous of the situations for our group here. I can't help but think about the greater mission here.
I think we deal with the giants, and then we go get Syndra. And then from there, we decide if we want to deal with these pirates. We still have people missing.
Then
We can't keep running forever.
you say that the giants will come down this way then?
I have to.
Alright. We'll wait here.
Luck may be on our side, and maybe they give up. They're resilient.
For some reason, I feel doubtful of that.
How
We're
long
gonna need
ago
all the
did
help
you
we
tell
have.
them?
How long
back.
ago did it
8 days?
Yeah.
9 days?
Something
About a
like
week
that.
ago.
We're about halfway here, then. We have enough time to get everybody back to the ship. It won't be in danger if they're still here.
Okay.
Right.
All right, then. We could also just leave. As soon as we get to the ship, we take off. Assuming you still have a ship by the time we get back there.
I'm hoping my crew hasn't gotten drunk off their asses and completely swamped the ship.
No, I've made up my mind. I think we should stay here.
Syndra's still gone. Whether or not you leave or not, I'm staying.
All right. I'll be back shortly, then. He looks over towards you and he says, "Sure you don't want to come, Captain?"
No, I'm not sure. I trust my crew. I trust my sister. And I think if we are preparing for an ambush, I should be here to help with that.
He and Dragonbait begin to kind of walk over, and he says, "We'll be back shortly, then. Don't kill them all without me." The rest of the crew begin to gather their things and whatnot and put their stuff together. Some other crew members go over to you, Chena, and they kind of thank you for finding them, and they say they express their concerns and just kind of I can't wait to get back to the ship. And a lot of them just ask you to find the rest of the crew. They just want everybody back together. And then others kind of just ignore you. There's 2 or 3 members that are just they grab their stuff and they just head out. And then Ayla comes over to you and she just says, "Just make sure to come back."
Of course.
And she hugs you. And then Ayla also goes over to Ari and she says, "I want you to come back too."
Don't worry, I won't die.
Is Big Bonk okay?
He is.
Is he on the boat?
He is. Watch out for your shoes. He will take them.
Okay.
He's also learning knots, so maybe keep your hair up in a bun. He might try to braid your hair into
Okay, I
a
will.
horrible mess. Yes.
she goes over to you, Tiff, and she just says, I haven't been doing push-ups every day, but I will try once I'm on the ship.
Do you have that saber that I gave you?
Yes.
Is it on you?
Yep.
Good.
And then she goes over to Ira and says, okay, bye.
Prince Ira.
Kayla,
And Ira goes,
or you,
as she begins to leave, she kind of turns, she says, what?
Gina steps forward and actually, from one of her sides, she unbelts one of her the short sword she has, the original one that's enchanted slightly with the fire.
Cool.
You may need it.
Okay. Thanks.
Good luck.
She goes off with the rest of the crew, and everybody gets out of the cave. And that is where we're going to end tonight's game.
I hate him. I want him dead.
You could have just said the word. You could have said the
Let's
word.
beat his ass!
we
Oh,
ambushed the giants and then we ambushed.
Guys, Draken
Artus.
has a +3 Holy Avenger.
He's so
Oh.
cool. I love him so.
Why?
Today has been like the best episode,
Yeah.
but all from like the background.
All the weird shit happened today. You know. This, you guys went on the other side of the island. This is like the weird side of the island.
They're called chwingas.
Yeah.
Those things are so freaking cute.
They're
nice.
in
Icewind
Ryan.
Dale. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
they're
they
in the
are.
new book. Yeah, it was
I
so great.
saw
I'm
they're
gonna
like
cry.
icy versions.
They're
Crying
like
Club.
they're like one of the first missions too. It's great. Yeah. Thanks everybody for joining us for tonight's game. It was pretty fun. A lot of role play and weird combat, but it was a good game. It was fun.
Bird.
Yeah, bird. We'll see you guys next time, hopefully with a not surprised Colton, who is
Hopefully.
going to give me a lot of shit for doing this.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. We'll see you guys next time on Tomb of Annihilation, and that is the end of the game.
Bye.